Welcome to the Dub House. I am your host, Uncle Trey, and we are here live. Welcome to the Dub House. I am your host, Uncle Trey. We are here live on YouTube. I tried to go through Facebook as well, but there was an error. It wouldn't let me do it, so I don't know. I have to figure that out. So we'll be playing around with this a little bit more later today, going live, trying to make sure I can do this from here to get on the Facebook. But I know I can go live on Facebook, but I'm just not understanding what is stopping it. So I have to go through and figure that out a little bit later. But we are here. We are live at the Dub House for Uncle Trey Talks today. Today is Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. It is 6:23 a.m. And yes, I am early. Today's show may be abbreviated a little bit. I am expecting a call from Auntie Woe, who is still out of town for work. And she called early yesterday, so we came on a little bit late. So today I'm going on a little bit later, so that way we can go ahead and get the show in, and I can end it about the time when she is getting off of work or getting out of there and calling. Well, getting up in the morning and calling. That's what I'm trying to say. But we're going to go ahead and get started today with some national news. Okay, let me make sure I'm in the right spot before I share. Yes, I am in the right spot. Let me get my second page in the right spot. Okay, yes, there we go. We are set. We are set and ready to go. I got one more thing that I have to open up. I thought I was getting myself all ready this morning. I tried to anyway, but you know how it goes when you're trying to get ready and do get ready to do things that you normally wouldn't want. It's a little bit different from what you normally do. That's what I'm trying to say. This is a little different from what I normally do, so we're going to go ahead and roll with it. But let's go ahead and get over to the news. Okay, wrong one. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I wanted to come to the news, and there we go. All right. So, topping the stories off today, a federal judge blocks Trump from deploying the National Guard troops to Oregon. So the ruling highlights the legal battle over the administration's use of federal power to police American cities against the wishes of local and state leaders. No one wants it, local or state. No one wants it. Go to Tennessee or Louisiana somewhere where they're asking for it. Let them deal with it. Go mess up their cities, because what you're doing is definitely not helping us, because what you're doing is pretty much blocking us from being able to live life. So we don't want you here. You're intimidating us. Let's see. I don't see the exact story here, so I'm not gonna go deep into it, because I don't see the exact story there. It gives me links to news to the source and not to the story. Government shutdown gives Trump yet another opportunity to expand his power. The political deadlock is viewed as a calculated risk by the administration to force mass federal layoffs and further push its agenda outlined in Project 2025. The one that they said didn't exist. The one that Trump said he didn't know nothing about it. So now we have Project 2025 is definitely in place, and it is being installed. Excuse me 1 second. I'm trying to adjust the sound. I was just turned on my so I can monitor it. So I'm trying to figure out what this is causing static. I do apologize for the static in the line. I'm just not understanding what's messing up my connection here. So if you see me look over, that was me looking at my other computer that I'm using to monitor the live to make sure everything is running well. Because Auntie Woe is out, I have to do everything by myself. Auntie Woe usually helps me with this, but I just don't know what's causing the static in the line. So we're just going to keep on pushing through. All right, so Trump's press secretary cites to work with ICE, but few are budging. Local leaders in sanctuary cities like Chicago, Boston, Portland continue to resist federal pressure despite threats of lawsuits and the potential deployment of federal forces. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to just pretty much intimidate us and make it to where we're not able to do the things that we need to do in life. So I don't know. But I don't know why it's doing this static in here. But we're going to get this figured out. We're going to get it fixed. I'm going to. Today's the day that I'm going to redo everything on my desk. Let's see. Trump presses sanctuary cities to work with. Oh crap. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Washington Post. I forgot. The Washington Post likes for you to be. They like for you to subscribe, and I'm not subscribing to any of this stuff. So I'll just find another news source. Let's see. Let's grab this headline and let's find this story somewhere else that I can find it for. That's not paid. They know that this may be an exclusive story to them, but someone else here. Here's one. Here's one that we can take a look at. Trump's legal crackdown on sanctuary cities and states yield few results thus far. So, since he returned to the White House in January, his administration has mounted an aggressive effort to crack down on cities, counties, and states that aren't participating in its mass deportation campaign, threatening these so-called sanctuary jurisdictions with lawsuits, cutting funds, and other penalties, which I think is very, very highly illegal. And they gave him immunity, which to me is basically saying that it's okay for them to do this. So that's what they're doing. They're taking full advantage of this, and they're getting away with it. And it's not fair. It's not right. But we're going to keep on moving through this. But it's not doing anything. It's not yielding any results. So the Justice Department has only cited one case in which a jurisdiction, Louisville, Kentucky, has abandoned its sanctuary cities policies in the face of legal actions or threats. Nevada's Republican governor also vowed to cooperate with federal immigration officials after his state was identified as a sanctuary jurisdiction. So basically, what they're saying is they're afraid of the Trump administration. They're afraid of what he's doing. They're going to stand back and allow him to become a dictator and to rule this country with an iron fist. To rule this country where you go outside, you can get stopped by a military officer with a rifle pointed in your face. What kind of mess is this? We won't even be able to go to the store. Just watch. If this stuff is allowed to be put into place, just watch. You are going to regret your decision, and you're going to wish you never wanted. You're going to wish you never voted for this. I guarantee you. Even you Trump supporters, even the people that agree with this mess. So we're going to keep on going. I'm not going to stop, slow down much because we got to get through this, and I started off a little bit late. So we've got about 15 minutes to get through everything. All right, so now let's go into okay, so I went through the top headlines. So now let's go to some local news because the federal headlines is just, there's a few more. So the shutdown is a gamble. Right at the center is the rising health care costs. The Republicans don't understand that, they claim that they claim that they're fighting for affordable health care, but you can't tell me that these things what they're doing is fighting for affordable health care. So we're just going to keep moving for that because we ain't got time. All right, so we're going to go into some local news. So the local response to federal immigration National Guard deployments. So Pritzker and Mayor Brandon Johnson had a press conference yesterday. I streamed it live where they revealed their plans to actively challenge the National Guard troops. I told you what I think needs to do. I think they need to get out SWAT teams and all the riot police and all of that stuff with their riot gear and all of that heavy stuff on that they would use and have them lined up to protect the protesters. Don't stop them from protesting, but just please explain it to them in a calm, clear, supportive voice saying, hey, basically what we're doing is we're coming out here. We're going to form a barrier between you and these ICE agents. We're going to keep you guys in the protesting area. We're going to make sure we keep you guys in the protesting area, and we're going to make sure that they don't throw any tear gas or anything like that. So that's what they need to do. show up in force, and have the police show up in force peacefully though, with their gear on, with shields and everything, so that way they can show that they're protecting the citizens that are out there doing their legal right to protest. Because you can't say I can't see why we should be able to, why we should have to lay down in this and let this happen. So the impact of the federal government shutdown on Chicago services. So reports while the ongoing federal shutdown is affecting local operations such as air traffic control at Chicago area airports, benefits for the residents, on funding for local programs. So let's go ahead and here to, yes, it's taking me to NBC5. That's my favorite news source. But I'm not really seeing that story really quick, so I'm not going to search the site while I'm here live. So we're just going to go through the top stories that I see here. So this will make it easier. All right, so of course, Pritzker says Trump's orders hundreds of troops to Chicago, and we're not backing down. We can't back down. I think J.B. Pritzker or Governor Newsom, those are my two favorite candidates to run for president, along with Kamala. If Kamala ran again, I will still vote for her yet again, because she would have been. We wouldn't be going through this. If we voted for Kamala, we would not be going through this. If the United States had voted Kamala in, the United States would be experiencing a period of growth right now. I believe that we would be growing right now instead of shrinking like we are. If you don't believe it, look at the world. Look at what Trump's buffoonery did with Argentina. He basically gave Argentina a bailout, so now they're able to give China free, cheap to close to nothing soybeans, bringing down the cost. Now our farmers are struggling. Now we have to bail out. Now our tax dollars has to go to bail out the farmers because of this idiotic administration who is too stupid to understand what they're doing. Okay, but let's keep going. So harvest supermoon, the first of 2025. Is set to rise in the skies tonight. We're in October, but the first supermoon of 2025 will finally rise in the skies of Chicago on Monday night. So look out for the harvest supermoon. So it's going to be big and bright. I will make sure that I'm out there with my camera as long as we have clear skies. I don't know. Let's see. We'll check out the weather report. A supermoon is when occurs when the full moon coincides with the moon's closest approach to the Earth in its known orbit, known as perigee. Since the moon's orbit is elliptical, it reaches perigee and apogee each time it revolves around the planet, and the supermoon coincides with that perigee on multiple occasions in a row. While the term supermoon isn't a official term according to NASA, it's typically used to describe a moon that comes within 90% of its perigee from Earth. So yeah, that's kind of cool. That's really cool. It's gonna be neat. I can't wait. I'm gonna go out there and actually take a look and see it, take some pictures of it tonight, and I'll have that online as long as I remember. As long as I remember, don't hold it to me. 50 is right around the corner. It's coming up really fast. So, what happens when you start getting older? That memory starts fading. So if I forget to go out there and take pictures of it, charge it to my head and not my heart. I really want to do that and get some nice pictures out for the Dub House family to take a look at. But if I can't do that, then it's just because if I don't do it, it's not because I didn't want to. It's just because I forgot. Okay, so. Helicopters, tear gas, bone doors, look at recent things in Chicago. So, the federal agents came and stormed an apartment building, blew doors off, broke into apartments, woke kids up. Officers was reported saying, F them kids. So now, like I said, each and every one of these officers, I hope they know what they're doing to themselves. They're really putting themselves in a bad position. And that's not threat. That's not a threat or anything. But that's speaking to their spirituality, speaking to their spiritualness. Because I can't sit here and say that I can't agree with this and say that God is ordaining this, because I just can't see why God would ordain harassing his people like this. And then plus the Bible even says that God wouldn't do anything like this. But you know what? I don't think that this is God anyway. I think this is a demonic force that has been allowed to take control of this country, and that's why we're seeing what we're seeing. This is all a demonic force, and it's being brought to you in the name of keeping the city safe. But that's not what it's really doing. But to me, that's what it's That's what they're trying to do. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. But anyway, let's keep on going. So they stormed this apartment complex on the South Shore, even handcuffed a Chicago City Council member at a hospital. These folks are off the chain. They need to be stopped. But like I said, at the end of the day, God is going to come down with his judgment, and He's going to stop a lot of this. He's going to save us, and He's going to stop each and every one of these agents that are doing this harm. They're going to be stopped. They're not going to. This is not going to be allowed to continue. But more than 1,000 immigrants have been arrested since the immigration crackdown started last month in the Chicago area. The Trump administration has also said it will deploy the National Guard in its agenda to deport criminals and reduce crime. That's not going to help us. What he's doing is coming in trying to terrorize the city. He thinks his opinion is that because he's trying to build a case against Democrats, so he's trying to build Democrats as criminals, and so that's all he's trying to do, in my opinion, is that he's just trying to simply I think that he's just simply trying to make it to where he thinks he's getting rid of people that's going to vote blue. He thinks that only criminals are voting blue, and that he gets rid of criminals that she's going to turn Chicago Republican. And that's not going to happen. People in Chicago ain't playing that. There's not many Republicans here in the Chicagoland area. So that's why you see Chicago has. When was the last time Chicago has had a conservative mayor? Just think about that. All right, so this is what's going on here in the city. Let's keep going. The Bank of America Chicago Marathon map that's coming up soon. That should be probably this weekend coming up. I can remember it's usually like that first weekend in October, so I thought it would have been this past week, but maybe it's next weekend, or was it this past week? I don't know. Let's see. I'll open it up because we should look for when it's also on Sunday, October 12th, so it's this weekend coming up. This Sunday, okay. Driver crashes car into a cold store, leading to the building catching fire. already Miles Gonzalez his option was picked up, and he's a front runner to become the starting power forward. Josh Green